So here's how the story goes. It all started over 100 years ago with a vision of the past. We see the Demon King leading an army to invade the kingdom of the gods, and it sparks this huge war between them. The god of war, Shu Tian, guardian of the Western Temple, is standing alone against these massive enemy forces and just decimating their ranks. But then he gets betrayed by a celestial demon who strikes him from behind and kills him. Shu Tian's spirit shatters into 72 pieces, scattered all over the mortal world, and it allows the demons to gain the upper hand in the war. So in response, the god Shijia seals the other gods and demons inside the Western Temple, which is now unprotected without Shu Tian there. And with that, the balance of the 6 realms gets disrupted, causing suffering among the people. Only Shu Tian's power can break the seal, rescue the gods, and restore Buddhism. Fast forward to the present day. In a desert setting, there's this small house. Inside, 2 brothers, Yuan Sheng and Xiao Sheng, get startled by these sudden tremors. So Yuan quickly calms down his brother, putting him in a basket so they can get out of there as their house starts collapsing. Their dad's locked in combat with this demon, and he gets slammed so hard he crashes into a mountain nearby. When Yuan rushes over to help, armed with these wooden swords, the demon lunges right at him. But their dad jumps in, shielding them from harm and yelling at his sons to run. As the battle keeps going, the demon manages to strike their dad, forcing him down to his knees. Their dad responds by transforming his staff into this divine weapon, grabbing the demon's arm and landing a powerful knee to its face. He then tries choking the demon with chains, but the demon breaks free. Dad gets flung through the air, kicking fragments of weapons at the demon and reciting some sacred chant. Energy emanates from the shards, binding up the demon's arms and neck. Suddenly, the mountains around them shift, forming this colossal hand that comes down, crushing and trapping the demon under layers of rock. So the dad reunites with his sons and tells them they gotta book it, cause the seal he put on the demon will only last a few moments. He explains the demon's name is Asura, and it hunts demon hunters. They get to this huge tree with these branch-like paths. The dad releases a seal in a cave that opens the celestial door to the imperial palace. Some roots retract and it reveals these 2 swords stuck in a monument. The dad asks Sheng to take one of the swords. When he does, the swords turn all golden and bright. The ground opens up, and this small golden box comes out that the dad grabs. But he tells the boy it's got something real important inside he's got to keep safe and deliver to his brother when he's older. Says it's his destiny. The dad gives the other sword to Sheng, saying they belong to their ancestral demon hunters. He doesn't feel worthy, but his dad says he trusts he'll be the greatest demon hunter chosen by the heavens. They feel the ground shake, meaning the demon's been freed from the seal. He and his sons book it through this tunnel, where these talismanic symbols get activated, preventing evil demons from passing through. They make it to a bridge over a lava lake that's the tomb of ancient hunters. The boy asks if the talisman barrier can really stop the demon, but his dad says it can only trap it. Suddenly, the demon busts through the ceiling and slams the dad against the ground. The dad recites a spell and throws these blades of light to distract the demon. Then he traps it in a sphere that falls into the lava. The kids celebrate seeing their dad is okay, but a hand pierces through the old man's chest. She's a female demon. Badly wounded, the dad uses his last breath to save his sons. He tells Sheng to protect his brother and casts a spell that makes a magic barrier to teleport them away. The demon pierces through the barrier and scratches the boy's cheek, but fails to kill them as they teleport out of there. The dad's glad he saved his boys and gives them the mission of saving the world before he dies. There's a time jump, and now the brothers are older. The brothers have this ceremony where Sheng turns 14 and officially becomes a demon hunter. His brother throws this golden powder on him, and a talisman surrounds Sheng, granting him the power to wipe out evil. Then he hands over the object their dad told him to protect, a small box. Inside he finds this little metal with details on it, which his dad said was his destiny, but they don't know what it's for. An old man asks them for help, because there's this mysterious fog that's appeared in his town where people have gone missing. Rumors it's a cat demon's work. He offers them money, but Sheng declines, saying it could be a trap, and he hasn't been assigned a master yet for his coming of age. When the coins fall from the old man, a bell rolls out. This reminds Chung of the attack by the female demon in his past, They force the old man to take them there. In the town, they see the thick fog and agree to help. Upon entering, the fog is so dense they get separated without realizing it. Lost in the fog, Chung comes across this mysterious female spirit. She demands to know what he's after, but Chung asks about where that distant bell tolling through the mist is coming from. The spirit suddenly attacks, slashing her claws through the air. Cheng dodges and summons up this huge tornado, clearing away the fog and knocking down his attacker. The fallen spirit begs for mercy, claiming she only hunted birds and didn't harm the missing townspeople. He asks again about the bell, but she swears she just found it by chance. Though wary, he lets her get away. As soon as his back is turned, she strikes again from behind. With one swift X-shaped slash of his sword, Cheng cuts her down. Meanwhile, Sheng's battling the brother, this fierce cat demon. Though Shen fights hard, the demon sends him flying with a crushing blow. Disappointed by Sheng's weakness, the demon gets ready to deliver a killing strike. Sheng gets mad. He's not a little kid anymore. He picks up a stick, ready to keep going at it. His brother's watching from a bit away, thinking this might be Sheng's big moment. Sheng does his best to block with that stick, but the demon isn't having it. After Sheng gets a few good hits in, the demon gets super annoyed, speeds up, and not only breaks Sheng's stick, but also leaves a few cuts on him. Before he crashes, he spots his dad's artifact and snatches it up, turning it into a magical staff. Swinging it like a spear, he sends out a wave that turns heads, especially from those familiar with the legend. The once metal rod is now a gleaming golden staff. Shen uses it to pierce right through the cat demon, while Sheng gets in position, ready to jump in if his brother needs backup. The injured cat demon tries to remove the staff by bulking up. Shen approaches, questioning about the bell, and gives it a ring to mess with the demon's head. Hypnotized by the sound, the demon spills that the bell was a gift from the woman responsible for Shen's dad's death. If Shen rings the bell, they'd show up. He won't spill her name, but does admit he was sent to kill the hunter and snatch a spirit fragment. Suddenly, the bell goes wild, shooting into the demon's mouth. The creature swells up and then bursts. Shen rushes over, shielding his brother from the blast. From their spaceship, two enigmatic figures had been tracking the action on a screen. The girl morphs her arm into a cannon, and the next moment, they're on Earth. Sheng rouses his brother, praising him for handling the battle and the staff solo. He's caught up on the demon's hint about a spirit fragment and links it to their dad's murderer. The staff might have returned to its compact size, but it's retained its golden sheen. Sheng's left scratching his head, unsure how to extend it again. The girl and boy show up unexpectedly with the girl rocking a weird pig mask. The boy's eyes dart between the brothers, obviously looking for something. They step closer, wanting the staff, but Shen's not having it. Without missing a beat, the girl takes down the elder brother with one solid hit. She gets all serious, threatening to blast them if they don't hand over the staff. Even with things looking grim, the brothers don't budge. Then, just as things are heating up, the mysterious boy does some magic spell thing and patches up the elder brother. Getting back on his feet, the elder brother asks them straight up who they are and why they're so keen on nabbing the staff. The girl chimes in, saying that the staff is rightfully theirs, and drops some history about it being the weapon of some war god. The two strangers finally introduce themselves. The guy's name is Xiao, and the girl's Shu. They say they're some kind of celestial messengers. When Shu takes off her mask, the brothers can't help but notice how incredibly beautiful she is. Xiao launches into this whole backstory about the god of war hitting a rough patch and this legend that the 72 pieces of his spirit can bring him back, bust open the void seal, and free the other gods, fixing Buddhism along the way. Apparently, the staff they have can sense where these spirit fragments are. Shen remembers what that demon spilled about, and thinks maybe by chasing the fragments, they can track down his dad's killer. Shen's not too eager to just fork over the staff, and grills them about their plans and how they even know it's legit. Xiao's answer? Some celestial book says the god of creation made the divine staff using some serious heaven and earth juice. And when Shen woke it up, it sent this huge signal across the universe. That's how they detected it. Shen's mind is blown, realizing he managed to activate something so powerful. Xiao drops another bombshell. It wasn't just them who felt it. Some demons did too. With their big bad, Bosun, sealed away, his goons will be searching for the fragments. Shen's still not sold on trusting them, but Shu, not messing around, points her weapon and insists they need that staff. She lays it out. If they don't get the war god up and running and the demons get their act together first, it's game over. Shen wonders out loud if handing over the staff will really make things better. Shu assures him that with the fragments and god back, peace is a guarantee. Shen, taking a leap of faith, gives up the staff. Shu shifts her arm back to normal, promising they're the good guys. The younger brother's a bit bummed to lose their dad's memento, but Shen feels dad would have been on board. Shen knows he's lost the scent of the killer for now, but vows to always have his bros back. He nudges him, suggesting they cash in that reward and celebrate his big milestone properly. Shu becomes upset upon seeing the staff turn to iron, thinking she's been tricked. But Shen touches it, and it transforms back into gold, surprising her. Xiao says the staff has slept for 100 years and only awakens before a pure heart. Xiao explains that the staff has chosen Shen as its new owner, so he must go with them, since once chosen only the original owner can wield it. And so they begin the journey with the celestial beings aboard. The next day, aboard the ship, the siblings celebrate, while Shu is bothered by their manners and lack of class. Suddenly they have to dodge an obstacle in the path and nearly capsize the ship. It's a girl. The older brother goes down and sees that she is injured. He decides to bring her aboard to help her, but Shu refuses to let a stranger come aboard. Chung says that, as a demon hunter, he cannot abandon anyone who is hurt. He comments to her if Shu is jealous, because the other girl seems to have a better figure. That leaves the girl speechless. Then, Shu says she finds it strange to see that girl alone in the desert. From there, a small argument breaks out that ends with them deciding to help the stranger. Later, thanking them for the support, the girl says she is fine, even though Shang offers to heal her wounds. Shu, a bit annoyed, suggests that if she is already fine, she can be on her way, which causes another argument between Shu and Shang. While giving the girl water, they want to know how she got hurt. The girl recounts that she ran into some bandits the day before and they tried to take advantage of her. Now she is scared to run into them again. Sheng is fired up and wants to take out those bandits, but Shu warns that if Sheng leaves the ship, he will have to leave for good. The girl, now calmer, asks them where they are headed. When they mention the Dark Canyon, she is surprised because she also needs to go there. Then Shang reveals they are in search of some mystical fragments, and mentions a staff that can detect them. This completely catches the girl's attention. Shu, concerned, tells Sheng to put that staff away, that it's none of the stranger's business. The atmosphere becomes tense when the woman gives a sly look. But Chao breaks the ice, suggesting they go to sleep and prepare for the journey the next day. After Chao leaves, the woman introduces herself as Shizu. As night falls, while the siblings sleep, Shizu, in an attempt to do something suspicious, uses a viscous thread from her ring, which ends up falling into Sheng's hair. The girl wonders what Sheng is dreaming about since he is acting so strangely. Chao walks into the room, mistaking it for his after showering, making Shizu think everyone's a bunch of pervs. When they wake up, the siblings talk about weird dreams and soon realize Shizu's gone and Sheng can't find his divine staff. Following the trail, we see Shizu heading into the forest, remembering her real mission. In a flashback, we see Shizu in a cave, surrounded by demons and the evil leader, who's kidnapped Shizu's sister. It's revealed that Shizu was recruited by this group for being the best thief, with the aim of stealing the divine staff they had found. Despite her younger sister's pleas, who disagreed with her sister's thieving ways, Shizu chose to accept the demon leader's challenge to save her sister. It had always been rumored that the war god's staff was impossible to locate, but the demon clarified it had been dormant for centuries and only now reawakened. When the demon displayed a fragment of the god's spirit, Shizu and the others were stunned by the power it radiated. The demon bragged that with the divine staff under his thumb, he'd have all the demons wrapped around his finger. Shizu asked if he'd free her sister once she got the staff back. The demon was like, "Sure, if you pull it off, I'll let her go." But Shizu's sis jumped in, reminding Shizu about the promise she made to quit the thieving life, and the eternal doom waiting if she broke it. Shizu shot back at the guy, swearing that if he hurt her sister, she'd drag him to the afterlife with her. After this flashback, we see Shizu shoot a message to her sister saying she's gonna rescue her. Meanwhile, the gang's all heated because Shun's super salty, calling them out for saving a scam artist or even losing the staff. After the siblings apologize for not realizing she was a con artist, Shu's like, well duh, she totally played you both since you guys are just a couple of pervs and total knuckleheads. They head to where the scam artist and the staff are, but the place they're going to is this sketchy spot called Spiderweb Cave, and it's super easy to get lost in there. When they get to the entrance, Xiao whips out his tablet and shows a signal trace from the divine staff. This gets Sheng all pumped up, and he's like, we're getting it back, like right now. Meanwhile, inside the cave, we see the bandit boss and the dude letting go of Shizu's sister, getting ready for the swap. Shizu throws the staff towards the demon and rushes to her sister, who cries in her arms. Shizu's sister apologizes, saying she shouldn't have gone alone into that dark canyon. If she hadn't, she wouldn't have been captured, and Shizu wouldn't have been blackmailed into stealing. But Shizu comforts her, telling her she'd do whatever it takes for her, even if it means bearing the pain of that curse forever. She says she's not afraid, because she did it all to save her sister from those thugs. Then, they try to make their escape, but they're quickly blocked by the demons. Outraged, Shizu demands to know what's going on. The demon leader assures her he'll keep his promise. In a flash, she shakes his hand off and fires a thread from her ring at him. He dodges, but little did he know, that's exactly what she wanted. The thread loops around, catching him by the legs. With a slick move, Shizu pulls, sending the demon tumbling and the staff flying. She catches it. Just then, the demon's second in command lunges at her. She readies her staff and commands it to extend, hoping to scare off the little demon. There's a tense silence, both of them waiting. But the staff doesn't react. Both are left in shock, staring at the unresponsive staff. So, Shizu fires that thread-like web from her ring again, this time aiming for the demon's face, blinding him temporarily. Seizing the moment, the girls bolt, but Shizu's sister trips and falls. Even though she pleads with Shizu to keep running and leave her behind, Shizu stands her ground, protecting her sister. Seeing the two demons close in, Shizu shoots another web from her ring. The demon leader swiftly cuts through the spell with his sword, aiming a powerful slash. It crashes into the ground as Shizu pushes her sister out of the way just in time. As her sister looks around frantically for Shizu, the demon leader's sidekick sneaks up behind her. Reacting, she tries to kick him, but it's a weak move, and he easily stops her. Meanwhile, Shizu and the demon boss continue their clash. Using her ring's abilities, Shizu manages to trap the demon, who's about to strike her sister, against a wall. The demon boss tells Shizu to stay on her toes, as he keeps attacking her relentlessly. She dodges his blows, trying to counter with her web abilities. However, he casts a spell that sends rocks flying, landing a strong punch to Shizu's stomach and knocking her down. This terrifies her sister, who rushes over to check on Shizu. Shizu tells her sister she'll hold him off and urges her to run. But upon hearing this, the second in command breaks free from the webs and conjures a diamond barrier around the girls. He reveals that this power comes from the spirit of the war god. Shizu's taken aback. She hadn't expected this demon to be a spiritual ability user. Outside, Xiao mentions that even though he can trace the staff's energy, the cave's complex layout makes it hard to determine the best path. Shen quickly suggests they split up, clearly signaling his brother to join him, reminding him they were the first to find the staff. Shu chides them, warning not to be deceived again. Deep within the cave, danger lurks around every corner. Shen feels every path looks identical and asks his brother if they're lost. His brother reassures him, saying he recognizes a unique scent that can only be Shizu's. Soon enough, they arrive in a wider area where they overhear the woman negotiating with the demons, offering the staff in exchange for their freedom. But the demons refuse, wanting both girls and the weapon. We can see blood starting to seep from Shizu's wound, and her sister, extremely worried, bangs on the magic diamond barrier. The demon leader merely laughs from the other side, telling them they'll have to do as they're told if they want to keep her dear sister safe. From their hiding spot, the brothers take in the whole scene. Even though Shen is eager to step in, his brother advises waiting for the right moment. Suddenly, the demons drop the barrier, revealing their sinister intentions. Shizu quickly pushes her sister out of the way, slashing at the demon's face with a web from her ring. Enraged, the demon retaliates with his rock spell. Before the rocks can hit Shizu, her sister steps in front, taking the brunt of the attack and collapsing into Shizu's arms. As she holds her sister, she hears an apology and words of gratitude for getting to return the favor of protection. Usually, it is always Shizu looking out for her. After witnessing this, her sister passes away in an instant, leading Shizu to let out a heart-wrenching scream. Seeing this, an enraged Shen lunges at the demons with his twin swords. However, the demon leader is quick to react, conjuring a massive greatsword to block the blow. The elder brother urges the girl to get to safety. As Shen tries to strike the second demon from behind, he misses and is thrown to the ground. Suddenly, a massive explosion rocks the scene. Shu and Xiao burst into the cave, blasting a huge hole with a cannon. This stuns all the demons, who didn't expect their arrival so soon. Without hesitation, Shu takes aim at Shizu, but Shen intervenes, deflecting the shot which causes a large part of the mountain to explode. Outraged, Shu demands to know what Shen's playing at. He insists that Shizu is innocent, but Shu, blinded by anger, aims the cannon at him again. It's Shen who has to grab the cannon's muzzle, trying to restrain her as she's become extremely aggressive and upset. The younger brother whispers to Shen that there's something they don't know about the woman. Shen momentarily wonders if his brother has also been brainwashed, but his attention quickly shifts back to the two demons shielded by the magical diamond barrier. Xiao observes and realizes they're harnessing the power of the war god. The demon leader taunts the group, claiming their cannon's firepower isn't enough to defeat them. This infuriates Shu, who threatens to shoot again. But Shen steps in, tells Shizu to grab her sister and go, and signals his brother to assist them. The second demon tries to stop them, but our protagonist threatens to end them if they dare move. This halts them instantly, yet the demon smirks, mocking Shen's blades for being old. Undeterred, Shen retorts that he trusts those demon-slaying swords, making the demon leader's minion think he recognizes that blade. Just then, the demon leader chides Shen for intervening and calls in more of his minions. They quickly surround our heroes. But Shu isn't impressed, stating they all seem pretty weak, which really gets under the leader's skin, prompting him to order an all-out attack. Without flinching, Shu tasks her brother with dealing with the onslaught. He uses his tablet to cast a spell, conjuring a wind tornado that sweeps many of the minions away, leaving the leader and his right-hand man stunned. Now, with only the two of them remaining, they're taken aback by the power of the Celestials.